Starting with my sides, which are going to be some red skin potatoes and some Brussels sprouts. I'm only cooking a few. You could add more if you like, if you're going to make them. I like to cut mine just in half, turning my flame on or my burner on a high heat so I could bring it to a boil and then turn it down a bit and just let it cook until they're tender. My Brussels sprouts are going in. Really simple but delicious. I did peel the first layer off. I don't know why that looks like that, but I did peel the first layer off and took the little stem part off. These are fresh. You could use frozen if you like. 1 clove of garlic that is going in. If you're not a fan of Brussels sprouts, this might change your mind. For the seasoning for the Brussels sprouts, I'm going to be using the Knorr's chicken bouillon. This is the powder. This is the powder one. If you get the little squares, they do have a different taste. I'm just going to sprinkle just a bit in, not too much, just for a little bit of flavor. Salt-free dash, onion and herb. I think I add this to just about everything because there's no salt and it does add some good flavor if you ask me. And some pepper. Add some water. And just enough to cover all of your Brussels sprouts and everything in there. About 2 cups, maybe a cup and a half. Give that a mix. Instead of using any salt right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put a bit more of this bouillon in here. And then I will adjust the salt and pepper when they're actually cooked and before I plate them, and I add my butter. Because when I add my butter, I'm not going to leave all of this liquid in the pot. I'm going to drain it and then add the butter, salt, and pepper it lightly, and then boom, you're done. After they both start boiling, I'm going to turn them down a bit, cover them. I'm going to cook them until they're tender and almost all the way done, and then we're going to start our turkey breasts. Jenny O all-natural turkey breast tenderloins. There's 2 in here. This is what I'm going to be using. Adding some avocado oil to my pan. Just turn it on. Evenly coat your pan. Toss my turkey breast in the pan. You can season each side before you toss it in. I'm just doing this pretty quickly for the video, but either way, it's still going to taste the same and it's going to be great. When you take your turkey breast out of the package, you want to rinse it really good and clean it up a bit because it tends to be a bit slimy as far as for turkey breasts. I am going to season this exactly how I do it for my salads and stuff because it comes out really good and it's actually pretty simple. This is the salt-free dash, flavorful onion and herb. Sea salt. I'm going to just put some in my hand and sprinkle a bit on. Pepper. Fresh rosemary. I'm going to break one in half, stick it on top, flip this over. The rosemary is on the bottom. Now we're going to season up this side the same exact way. Onion and herb dash, sea salt, pepper. So once again, very simple. Onion and herb dash, salt, pepper, fresh rosemary, and I'm going to put some fresh garlic. Fresh garlic goes on top. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's enough. My garlic went flying, but that looks good enough for me. Some fresh rosemary on top. For when I flip it, I just want just a drizzle of oil on top. I'm going to turn my heat up so I could crisp it up a bit. Make sure everything is cooking up good. So it's there. This is how I prepare my turkey breast when I'm making a turkey salad, and I love it every time. It just comes out so good. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but if I did, it's good enough to mention twice because it's delicious. This is what you want right here. Just crisp it up a bit, flip it over, and try to keep a little bit of rosemary on top and bottom. I got a piece on the bottom and top. Now I'm going to leave it high enough to where it crisps up on the other side. My turkey breasts have been sauteing for a few minutes. I believe it's time to just turn it down and cover it and let it continue to cook until it's cooked all the way through and done. Now that I have my turkey cooking, I'm going to check on my Brussels sprouts. Nice and tender. I am going to strain all of this liquid out, and what I love about this pot is that it has these little strainers right here. I've strained all of the liquid out of the pot. I'm going to be using the I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, the light one, about a tablespoon. Just a pinch of sea salt, black pepper. Pretty simple, but it's going to be delicious. Mix this up a bit, and if they fall apart a bit, even better. These are tender enough to break apart, but they're not tender as far as to be mushy. So you do not want a mushy potato. You still want some texture, and this is looking good. So I'm going to drain all of the liquid out of the pot. These are not going to be mashed potatoes. These are my smashed potatoes. So I'm just going to smash them up a bit, leave the skin on. So I'm not going to be adding any cream or milk or anything like that. About maybe 2.5, 3 tablespoons of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. Some sea salt, black pepper. I have my heat back on. This is looking good enough for me. However you want your potatoes as far as the texture, just do it how you like. Make your chunks a bit bigger, a bit smaller. You can make mashed potatoes. It's all up to you. So this is looking good. I'm just going to top it off with a bit more pepper and just a sprinkle of salt, and these are good to go. If you want to add some cheese or some scallions to this or some green onion, you know, mix it up, do your thing. I'm just doing this like this right now because this is just how I want it. And you could always adjust things to your liking. All right, just a bit more salt, some pepper, turn it down to simmer, a bit of butter just to go on top. Let's check on these turkey breasts. Let me set that over there. All right. I'm just going to take a look at the bottom. Yes, this is exactly what you want. It smells so good in here. It's so fragrant. The rosemary, the garlic, everything's doing its thing. I wish you could smell it, whoever watches this video. It smells amazing. This is what you want on the other side. You want both sides to have some nice golden crispiness, especially when you're eating it on a salad sliced up. It's amazing. And yeah, so this isn't the first time I cooked it this way. I always cook it this way whenever I get turkey breasts. And I may or may not add rosemary, and I may switch it up, but this is my go-to way to cook it because it just tastes amazing. Now I'm going to cover this, let it continue to cook on a low heat for a few more minutes, and then we are going to plate this up, and it's going to be so delicious. I'm going to plate this up 2 different ways. Let me go get some potatoes. Potatoes are on the plate, just adding a bit of pepper. and a bit of butter. Give this a nice mix. Grab some of those. Set them right here. Everything needs a bit of butter. And just a bit to the top of my Brussels sprouts. Now for the turkey breast. I'm going to just grab one of these babies and toss it on my plate. I have my other turkey breast. I am going to just toss it right here on my cutting board. I did let this rest a bit. And just add whatever you like to your salad. Going to add my turkey breast. Cheese. I'll add just a bit more. I'm actually going to have my dinner as far as the smashed potatoes and Brussels sprouts and turkey tomorrow for dinner. This is what I'm going to eat right now. And after this, I'm going to be working out. So I wanted to keep it nice and light and just have a bit of protein and eat something to have a bit more energy for my workout. And you're good to go. Some black pepper. This is your more traditional plated dinner, I guess you could say, with some potatoes, a vegetable, and some turkey breast. And then if you want something lighter, here is your turkey breast salad. Either way, they're both delicious. So try this out. And I'll see you in my next video. I picked this up a long time ago, actually. I think I'm going to actually start using it more often.